before, that's the way it is. I'm your host, BC. Today I want to talk about something I'd read. It's something that happened a while back. And what happened quite a few years ago, Senator John Statis, he was out and about. He got mugged, ended up getting shot. He got shot in the leg and the chest. And, naturally they rushed him to the hospital whenever they got onto the scene, especially when they realized who he was. But at the time, he was had a rival named Mark Hatfield. Okay, Senator Mark Hatfield at that. Anyway, he was going down the road, he was listening to the radio, and he had heard what had happened. And he immediately rushed to the hospital. When he got to the hospital, naturally, since this guy's a public figure, there's news media, the friends and family, everybody wanting to know what's going on. Calls are coming in like crazy. And he looked at the switchboard operator, and this tells you how long ago it was. And he looked at the switchboard operator and said, "You know what? I know how to operate one of these. Let me help you." And he jumped right on in there and started to work. And he stayed there until all the calls died down and everything. And he, when he was going, as he was leaving, which they didn't know who he was, how many people actually know who all the senators and, all the people that's up in Washington? There's so many of them. A lot of times you just either read about them or you pick out one or you just pick out your state senator. Anyway, as he was leaving, he said, "It's been my privilege to help a man that I greatly respect." He said, "My name is Hatfield." Excuse me. That right there says a whole lot. That goes into something else that I read. It says that, God measures a man by his heart and not by his head. And I'm thinking that came from, that saying was based off, because David was, close to God's heart. But that is a perfect example on how we should be today. It doesn't matter if we disagree. It doesn't matter if we don't get along. It don't matter if we're on opposite sides of the table altogether, as far as any political or personal issues. But what matters, it should matter, is that we all are part of something much larger. We're all a part of humanity. We're all part of God's plan and design. So, next time you come across someone and, you just find out that you don't agree, that don't mean that you don't have a love for that person. Agape means that, you have unconditional love. And God's given us unconditional love. So, like I was saying, the next time you find yourself at odds with someone, just remember that. You could be at odds with someone, because it's a personal opinion, or it's something that God's put on your heart. And, by you going about not having a chip on your shoulder or not being mean and hateful, you never know. You may change that person. You will be surprised of what time does. Excuse me. I imagine that, the disciples have ran into people like that. But, that didn't bother them. Look at the ones that was in jail that one time. And, at first the jailer, he wasn't on board with them. But you know what? As time went on and, they talked to him and then they explained to him God's love, that turned him completely around. And, he took them home for dinner. So, like I said, you just never know. And I would like to thank you for joining me. You have a wonderful day. And just remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, leave comments on the examples you may have. You have a great day.